This is Kenneth Wong, a San Francisco-based writer, translator, and language teacher. Nice to see you all again. မင်္ဂလာပါပြန်ဆုံရတာဝန်တာပါတယ်ကျွန်တော် Kenneth Wong ပါ In English, when you have to express obligatory acts, inevitable acts, you often use verbs like must or have to or need to. For example, I must learn Burmese. I have to learn Burmese. I need to get my passport, and so on. In Burmese, you can do this three ways. One is with the use of helping verb ya, just like you might with the English auxiliary verb must. The other two are more complicated. It involves using a double negative and using a repeated verb. Give me about 10 minutes, I'll teach you all three versions. First, let's start with the simplest form, the use of the helping verb ya. Ya. If you want to say, I will eat something, for example, if it is hot, I'll eat watermelon. You say, Puyin paye di same. Puyin paye di same. Let's break it down. Puyin, the conditional form of the verb bude, to be hot. Paye di is the word for watermelon. Same is the future form of the verb sare, to eat. Put it all together, you've got Puyin paye di same. Puyin paye di same. If it is hot, I'll eat watermelon. But if you want to say, if it is hot, I have to, I must eat watermelon. You say, Puyin paye di sayame. Puyin paye di sayame. If it is hot, I must eat or I have to eat watermelon. Because in Burmese you have the option to drop the subject, whether it's I or you. This sentence can also be read another way, as an advice. Puyin paye di sayame can also means if it is hot, you must eat. You've got to eat lots of watermelon. Let's concentrate on the part that says paye di sayame, must eat watermelon. This accomplishes the idea of an involuntary, obligatory, unavoidable action with the helping verb ya, as in sayame. Sayame, must eat. Thwayame. Thwayame, must go. Meyame. Meyame, must ask. Weyame. Weyame, must buy. But you can also do it in a double negative, like this. Paye di masalo mayabu. Paye di masalo mayabu. Quite literally, you're saying, I cannot not eat watermelon, or you cannot not eat watermelon. This involves two negative verbs. The verbs masa, the negative form of the verb sade, to eat, and the verb maya, the negative form of the verb yade, to be acceptable. If your car is broken and you realize you have to get it fixed, you can say, Ka pienyame. Ka pienyame. I must fix the car. But you can also say, Ka mapienlo mayabu. Ka mapienlo mayabu. I cannot not fix the car. It's unacceptable for me not to fix a car. Let's take a look at something a bit more sophisticated. In this opinion piece, the title reads, Sipmane Pidangzu Yabo Natangshiko Mapienlo Maya. Sipmane Pidangzu Yabo Natangshiko Mapienlo Maya. It means to get a federal union, you cannot not fix the 2008 Constitution. The 2008 mentioned here just as the number of the year is actually a reference to the 2008 Constitution that gives the unelected military members voting power in the Burmese parliament. Let's focus on the part that reads, Natang Shiko Mapienlo Maya. Natang Shiko Mapienlo Maya. The word for constitution, by the way, is achegang ubade. Achegang ubade is the compound that joins the word achegang for basic or foundational and ubade for law. Here the author simply used Natang Ship 2008 as a reference to Natang Ship achegang ubade, the 2008 Constitution. He could have put it simply as Natang Shiko Pienyame. Natang Shiko Pienyame. I'll break down here. 2008 is 2008. 变呀me is the must form of the verb. 变me, to fix, to repair. The object marker go here is important, by the way, especially because the subject we is not mentioned here, just implied. The object marker makes it clear someone, meaning we or the people, fixing the 2008 Constitution. 2008 is placed, rightly so, in the object case. But perhaps for emphasis, the author chooses the double negative format. 2008ကိုမပြင်လို့မရဘူး. 2008ကိုမပြင်လို့မရဘူး. You cannot not fix 2008. With this format, you can also say မသွားလို့မရဘူး. မသွားလို့မရဘူး. I cannot not go there. မမေးလို့မရဘူး. မမေးလို့မရဘူး. I cannot not ask about it, meaning I have to raise this issue. မဝယ်လို့မရဘူး. မဝယ်လို့မရဘူး. I cannot not buy this thing. Perhaps it's too good a deal to pass, or perhaps it's a necessary item I cannot live without. Now the last way, perhaps the most complicated way for English speakers, is the repetition of the verb. To say I must eat watermelon. So you can say payedi sayame. I have to eat watermelon. You can also say payedi masalu mayabu. I cannot not have watermelon. The last way is payedi sago sayame. Payedi sago sayame. This last format cannot even be translated into English because that kind of repeated verb, suggesting that action in the verb has to happen, has to occur, is quintessentially Burmese. It's not used in English. It's used for instances where you want to emphasize this. This has to happen, or else. It's best to treat it as a formula or a set format, then swap out the verbs with the action you want to express. For example, if you have to go somewhere and not going there is not an option, you could say thwago thwayame. Thwago thwayame. If you have a burning question you've got to ask, you say mego meyame. Mego meyame. If you must snatch up something, buy something right away, you say wego weyame. Wego weyame. This is a song by the resistance fighters that means we must prevail. Listen to the lyrics here. It goes ngarode naingo nayame. Naingo nayame. This is a very good example of the repetition of the verb. Nainde, to win, to prevail, to be victorious. Here is repeated in the last method that we talked about. And the title itself is also another example of that format. Aungo aunyame. Aungo aunyame. In this context, aung is interchangeable with the verb naing. It means the same thing, to be victorious, to prevail. These two vocal tracks here sound slightly different. Listen to the second vocal saying the same line, naingo nayame. Do you notice how the second voice sang it as naio nayame? Naio nayame. This is very common. In real life speech, the particle go is often voiced as o, especially when the preceding word is an open vowel like nine. So instead of naingo nayame, it comes out as naio nayame. To all my friends in Burma fighting to remove the military regime from our homeland, I may be 8,000 miles away, but I am always with you in solidarity. Ngarode naingo nayame. Ngarode naingo nayame. We must prevail. Well, that's all for this lesson. I'll be teaching beginning Burmese at UC Berkeley this fall, so if you'd like to learn Burmese and you're enrolled, I hope to see you there in the class. Until next time, See you again နောက်မှတွေ့မယ်နော်